Hello and welcome to this reading video. As you can tell, I have my second camera here set up, and this morning I wanted to do a wrap-up reading for March and just check in with the cards along with our Saints and Angels reading that I just did this morning for Friday. I thought it would be a good idea to have this end of the month kind of wrap up. I'm going to do 4 cards, similar to what I did for February, and see how we've done, see what lessons we've learned from this theme of death that we've been working with all month, and maybe what we struggled with, what we have been clinging to from the past, or maybe what we're having problems moving through. And then we'll look at the future cards. The fourth card will be ways that helpful things to guide us through the future, or guidance, helpful message to keep in mind in the future to come for April. So I've already got my table set up here. I did some grounding already. I just did my Friday angel cards reading, so I'm pretty connected and in tune still here. So I'm just taking out my normal tarot deck, my Aquarian deck, and just sending loving gratitude here quickly. Thank you for witnessing us and hearing us. We would love to hear your opinions, guidance, and support on the collective and individual progression that we've made through the month of March with this beautiful theme of death and the cycle that it represents of rebirth and renewal, new life, and of closing of old doors. So we're asking you for the beautiful words of wisdom to help us. Thank you. Now we're going to shuffle here quickly. Oops. Oh, they're talkative. They've got a lot to say. Definitely a rearranging. And so I'm going to do what I prefer to do when things are busy and when I have a lot of things on my mind, and a spread to do especially. I like to fan the cards a bit like this and just take a moment and then draw. We're going to do 4 today. Oop, this is under there. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. How beautiful. Thank you. Set my cards off to the side here. We'll see. Oh, our present. Beautiful. Issues, problems, things we did well. The Star. 7 of Swords reversed, and the 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, wow. Wow. Interesting, 7 of Swords reversed is my own personal card for the month of March. So it's interesting to see that now as the past, things that we've worked through for the whole month. I almost feel like it's a personal nod to myself, but also to all of us, of doing good work. So yeah, let's go through the cards individually quickly, and then I'll talk just a little bit about interpretations here. But we have, for the representation of the now, of what we are encompassing in the energy that we're doing, how we worked through these lessons of death for March, we have this beautiful card, the Knight of Rods. And what a beautiful message to say, we have had a foresight, we have had a vision, that we have really taken action and worked through, put in the training hours, the strength needed to pursue our passions, to stand for what we believe in, to carry our rods, right, respectfully, with that honor, with that all of the kind of nobility that the knight represents, right? That chivalry, that sense of honor, and standing for what you believe in, doing what you think is right, going on, these quests that we really believe in, that we honor and we can take seriously. And so I think they're giving us a great nod to say that we did great work and we took good action on our passions through this month. And so this card, the second card, is usually things that we've struggled with, things that cross our path, things to keep into mind, or something um, to that we've worked really difficultly through the whole month. And to have this as the star card, and this card is just beautiful if you get a look at it here. I love this card. It's like a peacock phoenix. It reminds me of, the star in itself, right, is just a beacon of hope. It's having this the mindset that you're the star of your show, that you deserve to be, and seeing or knowing that there is something guiding you, that there is a light shining upon you. So whether you felt like this real strong presence all month long, or maybe you've been that star for people all month long, they want you to know, or perhaps it can be that we've struggled with that, and maybe you've been struggling with some inner child or some ego things, or feeling abandonment or neglect, or feeling like you're not fully seen or witnessed. And it could also be this strong message to know that you are the star of your show, and incorporate that into you, and it'll help you through it. So moving into our third placement card, which is what we kind of have been working through for the whole month, things that kind of have been dragging for us, or pulling us back into the past, things, um, this reversal of the Seven of Swords to me means the perseverance, the struggle through, and all those little kind of catalysts and hurdles, that obstacles that come with sorting through your passions and your desires and your goals, and knowing which are worth it, and which to leave behind, which are enough to carry, and which are not. So, and I forgot to kind of bring the card up to the camera here, but this is the Seven of Swords. And if you'll notice, we're realizing what we need to leave behind, and what is worth it to carry with us. And it's such a strong message of connecting with your own confidence in your passions. You're understanding and recognizing that you have been through the 5 and the 6. You have built up all of the passion workings to come to a place where you deserve to be seen as more in a mastery sense, an artisan, somebody, a craftsman who's really put the time and effort into passions and things. So perhaps we've got to refresh and look again at things that maybe aren't worth our time, or aren't worth putting our full passions in, and let those things go, and refocus on the things that we're really going to carry, and put our full commitment into them. So perhaps it could be, if you feel like you haven't done that enough, and I just think that's an eternal, always working thing that we could kind of always remember. But if perhaps you struggled with that through the month of March, just know that seeing things reversed, especially for me with the reversals in the past, really comes for a comforting sense of how we let go and how we move through. So refocusing your attention on things you do really well, the things that you are really passionate about, and that are worth persevering through things for you, right? Identifying what those are and sticking with those will really help you. And as we look to the future and what can help us, helpful guidance towards April, and ways through the end of March and the theme of death, it's like, wow, to have the Ten of Swords reversed here. And I'll put the card up so you can see it. It's a rather dramatic drawing, of course. Classic tarot loves a dramatic flair. The Ten of Swords, to me, it can be as dramatic as this, you know. It can be the kill your darlings, kind of cutting a final nail, you know, in the stake of something that you were trying to push for, trying to make work really hard, trying to lie to yourself about, trying to skirt around, and then finally, you know, that final straw on the camel's back, so to speak, makes the whole thing fall apart. And that can be the Ten of Swords. You know, it can have that reflection. Um, in the future with the reversals, um, to me, it speaks of preparing yourself for those kinds of things, for your worst case scenarios, for the great defeat that you might face. And knowing that in preparation for that, there's also the great possibility of the full essence of the Ten of Swords, which is that um, the sense of completion, the sense of um, knowing what you stand for and why you stand for it. Seeing that final great bigger picture, you know, when you have that life review, life flash before your eyes when you're at that precipice of death, right? So many people talk about that kind of experience when they face something like a near-death experience, or even an end-of-life experience, you know, an out-of-body kind of actual um, death crossing over type of experience. These life reviews, and having that sense of wisdom that comes with knowing your bigger picture, knowing your whole role, is going to be very helpful in the future. And so I see this reversal of the Ten of Swords here coming into April as a great reminder for us to kind of collect and be prepared for what it means to start anew, for what it means to um, see that great bigger picture and your whole role in it, and be ready to close the door on it and move on. Um, Also, I will tie in here, and you know, the wonderful external validation of seeing the Ten of Swords at the end of the month, and as we're asking for wrap ups and how we did things, right? It's like letting us know straight away. The cards hear us; they're confirming in the spread to us that they are speaking of our wrap up for the month, and to let us know that we've made it through, and that we are going to be presented with that crossing over experience, the newness, the new life, a new start, and being mindful of how we move into that, and really collecting your thoughts, your opinions, because the swords, when we talk about this, the suit of the swords, right, it's very much about opinions, about how you speak your truth, about that truth, your truth, interpretations, and how we relay and interact with others, right, communication. um, and so it can be, you know, a real nod to us to kick it into gear, to be very mindful of our presentation, how we'd like to be seen at the end of the curtain call, right? How we feel about our role, our opinions and our beliefs and our ideologies once we see the bigger picture, right? We get to see this whole big picture for March. We get to move through death. We get to talk about all of those and bring up all of those little trigger points and things that come by necessity when we approach this organic, natural occurrence. You know, life and death is part of this cycle here, the beautiful dualistic paradox that we embody here. And March has been a time of us to move through this and understand it, be presented with it. And now we're seeing the cut and dry of it at the end of the month here, with looking to the future, you know. Um, the final nails in the coffin, okay, and April will be about what do we do next? Who are we now? Who would you like to be? And to remember and to take, you know, um, to wield your sword with responsibility, with conscious, sovereignty. So, what a beautiful message for us for this wrapping up of March. I feel like the cards want us to know, you know, we've done a great job. We've been beautiful knights in shining armor for ourselves and for the world around us. And yeah, be mindful of the kind of star you are, and what's guiding you. And if you feel like you have been really putting in the work all month, then know, you're shining like a star, and the cards really want you to know that you've done a great job with that. And if you feel like you don't want to be seen in the spotlight and you didn't put your best foot forward, that's okay. It's about owning that, and it's about stepping into the next present moment, into next April, this April coming, right, refreshed and new. Um, you know so remember what you're bringing with you. Go through, sort through your opinions and and all of your swords, so to speak. The things you use to cut information with, the things you use to defend yourself with, and promote yourself with, and make sure that you're really following your true heart, your true um, you know what's oh, I'm searching for the word and I can't find it, but your wisdom, your spirit connection to your infinite intelligence. That's really, what the Seven of Swords is asking us to do, is to really cut out all the nonsense and to own what we do, and own it with truth, to carry it with responsibility and be proud of it, right? So yeah, we're looking forward to April, where I guess we're going to be facing the end, seeing the bigger pictures, really having to ask ourselves um, what what the completion looked like for us, right? What we did, what kind of work we put in. So I think this is just a wonderful reading. Thank you so much for joining me today for this, and I hope that you will join me next Friday for the first Friday reading for April, to see what our new theme is. If you're always looking for me in the meantime, you can find me directly on my website, amariespeaks.com. I have information about a plethora of things, all introspection, spirituality, and happiness. I also have my contact information there if you're interested in readings or learning more about tarot oracle cards. I have lots of educational references over there as well. You can find me on Telegram, Spotify, BitChute, YouTube, all under A. Marie Speaks, where I have a variety of different content available on each platform, so it's not redundant. But if you are looking to keep up with me in live time, Telegram is the best thing, because I do share links there for all of my different platforms and content. So if you'd like to keep up with me, Telegram's the best place. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you next time.